Are you ready to unlock the secrets of the past? This city of stone and sea was built comprising nearly 100 artificial islands, atop a coral reef. Nan Madol's construction challenges comprehension. It sprawls over 1.5 kilometers long and half a kilometer wide, hugging the mangrove-laden coastline of Pohnpei. This city of stone and sea was built using basalt and coral boulders weighing an average of 5 tons, with some weighing up to 50.
It's just 250 million tons of basalt just piled up and into giant walls.
And they were flown up here.
The people of Pohnpei have told the story was constructed by strange visitors through a process of levitation.
Comprising nearly 100 artificial islands atop a coral reef. Located off the coast of Pohnpei Island in the western Pacific Ocean, the dark, colossal basalt pillars of its ancient man-made islands rise from the Emerald Sea. Its remnants, an intricate labyrinth of enormous stones and waterways, capture stories of an ancient civilization lost in the tides of time. This architectural marvel poses a confounding puzzle. How were these stone blocks, some weighing up to 50 tons, transported here off the coast amid the crashing waves and coral reefs? Considered to be inhabited by spirits, according to local folklore, Nan Madol is rife with legends of sorcerers and flying dragons. This mysterious city, once the ceremonial and political hub of for centuries, the small island of Pohnpei, a part of the modern federated states of Micronesia, was dominated by a singular centralized authority, the Saudeleur dynasty. This dynasty was in power from approximately 1100 to around 1628. Pohnpeian legend holds that the Saudeleur rulers were of foreign origin, notably distinct from the native population in appearance. The Saudeleur dynasty, spanning many generations, presented an intriguing blend of personalities. Nan Madol, for example, was an enlightened leader, credited for building a stable aristocracy in Pohnpei. Yet not all rulers were remembered fondly. Sakon Wehi was notorious for his harsh taxation, causing widespread suffering among the populace. Pohnpei was divided into 3 states during the Saudeleur reign, each further divided into multiple areas. The seat of power was at Nan Madol, where the rulers developed a stratified title system, assigning particular occupations. The Saudeleurs derived their name from the Pohnpeian word Sau, meaning entitled to, and Deleur, which was the old name of the island. This name was a befitting title for the rulers of a society that was notably hierarchical. The city was not just a political hub, but also a religious center. The northeastern area, known as Madol Poe, served as the mortuary sector, with 58 islets containing priestly dwellings and high-walled tombs, including the Grand Royal Mortuary. The Saudeleur chiefs used the city strategically, housing potential rivals within its confines to monitor and control them. Sources of food and fresh water were only available on the main island, and they had to be brought to Nan Madol by boat. The rule of the Saudeleur was absolute and increasingly oppressive over generations. The entire island, including the inhabitants, was owned by the Saudeleur ruler. The ruler leased the land to landlord classes, who oversaw commoners harvesting it. In return, the commoners were obliged to present frequent tributes of fruit, fish, and other foods to the ruler. Over time, the demands became so severe that the populace lived in a state of starvation and servitude. The downfall of the Saudeleur dynasty came with the invasion of Isokolekal, another semi-mythical foreigner. Offended by the oppressive rule and the lord's disrespect toward the local gods, Isokolekal conquered Pohnpei, replacing the centralized Saudeleur rule with a more decentralized system known as the Nanwarki system. Despite its majesty today, life in Nan Madol was challenging. The unique construction of the city, while offering security and prestige, also meant that there were no sources of fresh water or food on the islands. Inhabitants relied on their subjects to transport these essential resources from the mainland. During the Saudeleur rule, the chiefs received supplies at specific islets, but this system faltered when the rule changed hands. The decline of Nan Madol began around 1628, when Isokolekal overthrew the Saudeleurs, marking the start of the Nanwarki era. Although the Nanwarkis initially lived at Nan Madol, they faced the daunting task of gathering their own water and food. The system became increasingly untenable over time, and inhabitants gradually left for the main island. As Nan Madol's population dwindled, the city fell into disuse and was eventually abandoned. While the exact timeline of the city's decline remains uncertain, its fall was a slow, gradual process. The once vibrant city of canals, bustling with nobles, priests, and commoners, slowly succumbed to the forces of time and nature. Today, Nan Madol and the surrounding area comprise a significant archaeological district stretching across more than 18 square kilometers. This district includes the crafted stone structures built on the coral reef flat and the nearby coastline of Pohnpei's main island. Nan Madol was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2016 for its outstanding and monumental megalithic architecture. It was also recognized as an expression of the original development of traditional chiefly institutions and systems of governance in the Pacific Islands that continue into the present. However, the integrity of the site is currently at risk. The state of the stone structures is of extreme concern due to the overgrowth of vegetation, the effects of storm surges, and some stonework collapse. As a result, Nan Madol has been on the World Heritage in Danger list since 2016. Efforts are in place for its protection and management involving all stakeholders, including traditional owners, under the oversight of the Nanwarki chief.
All right, so based on the measurements, you're looking at a weight of about 54 tons.
54 tons.
Yeah, so 50 tons, give or take.
And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those monoliths essentially stacked on top of each other.
The Great Pyramid in Giza, Egypt, the Uxmal Pyramid in the Yucatan Peninsula, and Pumapunku in Bolivia.
There are other stories around the world that say the exact same thing, how gigantic stones were moved into place as if by magic. And you have to ask yourself, is there a connection? Did all of our ancestors receive the same knowledge from the extraterrestrials? And the answer to that is a resounding yes.
This has been a Cincinnati production. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. If you like to support the channel, links are in the description.